I'm relatively new to art, and lately I've been falling in love with painting with watercolor. I don't know if watercolor is technically the best medium for beginners really. It has some quirks and it's definitely difficult to work with. But somehow it's become my favorite medium anyway. So today, while I'm painting a piece inspired by Alice in Wonderland, I want to explain why I enjoy painting with watercolor even as a beginner. And I also want to talk about what makes it difficult for a beginner. Watercolor has a really unique look. The way the colors blend and the way the pigment flows. It creates this dreamy softness that I really enjoy. One of the biggest strengths of watercolor is its flexibility. You can make the colors as light or as strong as you want, depending on the water to pigment ratio. You can create some gentle gradients, soft shadows or bold details if you learn to control the brush and the water. But that's the tricky part. And I'm definitely still learning this, so I haven't mastered this yet. Still, I think there are some real strengths to watercolor, even for beginners. It's relatively affordable to get started, you don't need a huge setup, and it's easy to begin experimenting with right away. And once you start to understand how the paint behaves, it becomes surprisingly intuitive and a fast medium to work with. There's also a forgiving quality to it, especially when it comes to exploring colors. You can play around and let the paint flow and just see what happens. And often those happy accidents can lead to some interesting results. But of course, like I said, it's not without its challenges. Watercolor can be unpredictable and the paint can bleed pretty easily, especially if you're not careful with how wet your paper or your brush is. Working in layers takes practice. You can't just paint over your mistakes the way you might do in other mediums. That means you often have to think a few steps ahead and plan your highlights and saving your whites and knowing when to stop. It's not always easy, but that's what makes it so rewarding when something actually turns out well. So yeah, it's a puzzle, but each painting teaches you something new. So this is how my Alice in Wonderland inspired piece turned out. It's not perfect, but I did learn something new just by doing it. I will keep sharing my progress here on this channel as I learn more. Thank you for watching.